Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is the day that the world has chosen to celebrate Resurrection Sunday. So listen, stay with me. I have a surprise for you. I have a special guest, very special guest. We won't be with you long. We won't hold you up long, so just hold on. Here comes that introduction, and we'll see you after that introduction. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wisdom Works Truth. I am so grateful you were able to join me today. Listen, I have my son with me today, and we're going to be really quick. This is my son, Joshua.
Hello.
And, and we're going to talk, since it is Resurrection Sunday, we want to talk a little bit about that. Okay, so just a little bit about Resurrection Sunday. So I wanted to incorporate and have him join me. So I hope that you all can really hear me clearly because I don't have my mic on. And he has his mic on.
Yes, I do. But we'll get straight into it. I just wanted to start off with saying Happy Resurrection Sunday. And there's power in words, and I'll get why in a minute why we call it Resurrection Sunday instead of Easter, or I would like to, and maybe by the end of the video you would like to as well. So here, going back into the specifics of the matter concerning Easter or Resurrection Sunday, Jesus resurrected on a Sunday following the Sabbath after Passover. His resurrection is documented in Luke, Matthew, and John, and the naming of Easter goes back to a pre-Christian goddess in England, a Celt or Celtic in nature, pagan, and this was celebrated at the beginning of spring, and this references to a spring solstice. And I just wanted to bring this message or this word to all the fellow Christians out there and people who follow Christ, just to be in the know. What you choose to do after this video is completely up to you, but power is knowledge, and knowledge is power.
Yes, it is.
So that's why I choose to say Resurrection Sunday instead of Easter, because
wait a minute. I choose it too. I choose to say Resurrection
okay,
Sunday.
I guess you choose it too.
I choose it too, yeah.
But and I just wanted to kind of touch base on this, because what we see in Easter is a continuation of what we see in a lot of things and a lot of our holidays. There's an influence of a lot of outside factors in our holidays that take away from the meaning of what the holiday is supposed to mean. And there's multiple reasons for this, or there might be many reasons for this, but that's one of them, including marketing, promotion, and at the time going back on the resurrection itself and the execution of Jesus Christ. At the time, Emperor Constantine was the emperor of the Roman Empire, which was a healthy, thriving empire at the time. It was the largest empire in the world. And it was also the empire that established Christianity as the forefront religion in Europe. And one of the reasons that the Roman Empire established Christianity as the leading forefront religion in Europe was a lot of promotional marketing by these emperors to bring non-Christians into the religion. And one of them was to move and to coin the resurrection Easter, which honored the pagan god Oyster is the name of the actual goddess in which Easter refers to.
So wait a minute, Josh. So in other words, then they were doing a good thing, or they thought it started off as a good thing.
Yes, it started off as a good thing, or whether it was good or bad is up to debate, but it was definitely trying to bring more people in to the kingdom and bring more people into, for power. So I'd say that, whether the actual intent of why this was good or bad is up for debate, because you're talking about really powerful people here who wanted to, because at the same time, we are followers of Christ, but we understand that, for a long time, people used religion to control other people. So, the intent behind why the marketing behind a lot of these holidays to influence large amounts of people to be more subservient to, the religion and also the kingdom, because they're kind of tied, is up for debate, but that definitely was the case.
Okay.
And this is also the case for things like Christianity as well, which also, or not, Christmas, I'm sorry, but it's also the case for Christmas as well, given that, there's no actual definitive date for when Christ was born that we can actually go back and look at. It's only theorized by scholars, but the actual date in which it was chose, which is the 25th, is surrounding a winter solstice, in which was also celebrated by pagan peoples at the end of December.
Okay.
Similar to Easter, which we're talking about right now, which is kind of centered around the spring solstice, which was celebrated by pagan peoples thousands of years ago. And it's much closer to this date than what scholars theorize he rose at, or he, was executed and his resurrection took place. So I did want to touch base on that, and also wanted to touch base to know that some of these, festivities that go around the holidays as well kind of take away from the meaning of the holiday itself. And I just wanted to specify on that.
So do you actually feel that a lot of times, because I know I feel this way, that they don't really focus on the resurrection, it's more on the eggs, the Easter eggs and the bunnies. So I personally feel that it's no longer a Christian holiday.
Well, yes, essentially, when you're talking about the world we live in now, especially that's a world surrounding about money and influence and attention, because all of those things are related. It's very easy to see how things like, Easter eggs, that could be bought from stores and decorated took time. And also, some of the decor and like eggs and rabbits kind of infiltrate the holiday when it, necessarily doesn't have anything to do with the holiday itself. And all of this is just promotional, honestly. And I just would like to say that these things, along with like some of our other holidays, like Christmas as well, which is another perfect example, have been kind of dumbed down to an extent to reach a broader audience that is not necessarily religious, and also to tailor to children. And there's a good point, but a lot of these things have been more easily tailored to children in order to catch the attention of children, rather than a story that's kind of adult in nature. So
why do you feel that it's been catered to children?
It's been catered to children, I'd say, for the most part, to kind of make the transition easier to take the meaning away from the actual purpose of the holiday itself, or the purpose of the date or the event. But if you were to take, any sort of holiday that has a meaning and you place decor and a bunch of distractions around it, it's things that make it easier for kids to associate with, then kids will grow up and associate that holiday with that rather than the meaning.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
So I just wanted to speak on that for a little. And do you have any questions or any remarks for me, Mother?
Oh, I'm mother now. Well, I'm a proud mother of two. So I'm glad that we're kind of discussing this, because it really does matter, because there are so many people out here that really have forgotten the real reason. And I prefer to say the resurrection day. I just don't like the term Easter, because I don't think that it has anything. I never did think that it had anything to do with the meaning and the purpose of us celebrating. I'm more interested in, when it goes back to the children. And I know you said something earlier to me about the children being the future. And if you could change their minds.
And that's true. And a lot of that has to do with the power and proliferation of generational information. If you were to inspire or feed a child information, that child's gonna forever, or for that entire period or span of life, gonna recognize or associate that information with, that day or holiday. And then that child will grow up to teach and proliferate that information onto the next generation as well. And that's why you see a large influx of people who might not necessarily associate Christmas with the birth of Christ, but with presents and with Santa and with chimneys and fire and red and white candy canes. And the same goes for Easter as well, or his resurrection, where there are children who associate, his resurrection with decorated eggs and bunnies and candy.
That's true.
Instead of, his rise and, for your sins. But that I just wanted to speak on that as well. And that's an important note to say that there's a lot of power in the information you feed, especially to the youth, because the youth are the future. But, I just wanted to speak on that. And I believe that I did want to say or speak on some of the actual decor around Easter as well, or the Easter.
I was hoping you would speak on that.
But
really.
The hares and rabbits and the decorated eggs also have meaning themselves, and they're also go back to Celtic and pre-Christian pagan religions and ideals. Given that hares and rabbits have long been associated with fertility and the coming of new childhood, and so have decorated eggs, the symbolism of new life.
I wonder, I hate to cut you off, but I wonder why they chose that then.
Well, going back to the branching of pagan and Christian peoples, in order to bring more people and to have a larger audience of Christian peoples, this was one of the transitions they did to make the holiday more acceptable to people who had lived their whole life pagan and had celebrated holidays that were pagan.
Okay.
So to bring in those pagan parts, so far as like the symbolism behind rabbits and hares in Middle and Northern Europe,
okay,
and the symbolism of decorated eggs in Middle and Northern Europe as well. It made it easier for those people to transition over to being a Christian, because a lot of times what people don't necessarily understand, or it might go over their heads, is that there's a lot of power in holidays. Holidays bring people together. Holidays unite people a lot. You could have two sets of people who might not like each other or might be enemies all year round, but they celebrate the same holiday and they celebrate together.
That's true. You know what? It's funny because I never thought about it like that. You're good.
But it's true. It's true. Holidays have a lot of power, and going back 2,000 years ago, people in power and political figures understood that holidays have a lot of power. So this is one of the things they did to kind of better suit or bring people together under the Christian banner, was to incorporate pagan ideals into some of our Christian holidays. And I just wanted to say, for all our fellow Christians out there, just to be mindful of that, and to be mindful of the things you say, the things you enact on, and the things you celebrate as well, and how you envision those things as well, because they all have power.
True. I'm so glad you came to join me today. I really appreciate it. I'm so grateful. Listen, we're not going to hold you long. We just wanted to drop some knowledge. As they say, drop a nugget or two. So I'm glad that you stayed with us. Listen, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell so that you will be aware every time I upload a new video or even go live. And don't forget to share this video. Share with your family, your friends, with your loved ones. Just share the video. But once again, don't forget to subscribe.
Yes. Where's the subscribe button? Is it here?
We have to figure out where we're going to put it at.
Okay, I'm just
so we're not sure.
Hit the subscribe button here.
So we're trying to focus over there. Yeah. So don't forget to hit that button, okay? Listen, enjoy. Have an awesome day. Always remember positive vibes and love one another always. Blessings.
Amen.